Do you ever find yourself saying, "I'll do it tomorrow"? Maybe it's a big project, cleaning the house, or finally starting that new hobby. And somehow, that tomorrow just keeps getting pushed further and further away. We've all been there. But what if I told you that this one simple habit, procrastination, could be silently stealing your biggest opportunities in life? Today, I want to share a powerful story that's a wake-up call for all of us. It's a reminder that time waits for no one. This is the story of a young boy who lost the chance to turn iron into pure gold, all because he couldn't act on time. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled between green fields and deep forests, lived a boy named Jake. He lived with his loving family, his parents, his little brother, and his grandfather. Now, his grandfather was a man everyone in the village looked up to. He was wise, kind, and people would often seek his guidance. But Jake, he had a problem. A really big one. He was incredibly lazy. If he had homework due today, he'd confidently say, "I'll do it tomorrow." If his mom asked for a hand with chores, his go-to answer was, "Later, I'll get to it later." Procrastination was his best friend. As you can imagine, days turned into weeks, and his to-do list just kept getting longer and longer. His work piled up like a mountain he never wanted to climb. His father would often get frustrated with him, trying to motivate him, but nothing seemed to stick. Jake's grades started to slip. His friends were all moving forward with their lives, and he felt stuck, trapped in a cycle of doing nothing. He was always behind, always playing catch-up, and it was draining him. One evening, after another tense argument about Jake's laziness, his father went to the wise old grandfather, his face full of worry. "Please," he said, "talk to him. You're the only one he ever really listens to." The grandfather thought about this for a long time. He knew that a simple lecture wouldn't work. Words would just go in one ear and out the other. He said to himself, "I can't just tell him about the value of time. I need to make him feel it. He needs to experience it for himself." The very next morning, he called Jake over with a mysterious smile. "Jake," he began, "I have something very special for you." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, smooth black stone. He handed it to Jake and whispered, "This isn't just any old rock. It's magical. If you rub this stone on any piece of iron, that iron will instantly turn into pure, solid gold." Jake's eyes widened in disbelief. He could barely get the words out. "Really, Grandpa? Gold?" "Yes," the old man confirmed with a nod. "But there's a catch. There's one important condition. I have to leave for a day, and I'll be taking the stone back tomorrow evening when I return. You only have until then to use its power." Jake's heart was pounding with excitement. He grabbed the stone, his mind racing. "I'm going to be rich by tomorrow. I'll turn every piece of iron I can find into gold." He started looking around the house, but he couldn't find any scrap iron. He shrugged and thought to himself, "No big deal. I'll just go to the market first thing tomorrow morning and buy a huge pile of it. I have plenty of time." That evening, he was on cloud 9. He relaxed, enjoyed a big dinner, and went to bed with a huge grin on his face, dreaming of the mountains of gold he would soon own. The next morning, the sun streamed through his window, but Jake just rolled over and stretched lazily. He woke up late. I'll go to the market after breakfast," he told himself. But after a hearty meal, a familiar feeling washed over him. Sleepiness. "You know what?" he yawned. "Let me just rest for a little bit. The market will still be there later." And so, he drifted off to sleep again. The hours slipped by unnoticed. The sun climbed to its peak in the sky, then slowly began its descent, painting the clouds in shades of orange and pink. When Jake finally woke up with a jolt, the afternoon was nearly gone. The sky outside was already turning a deep orange. A wave of panic washed over him. He leaped out of bed and ran towards the door, ready to sprint to the market. But just as he flung the door open, he saw his grandfather standing there on the porch, a gentle smile on his face, holding out his hand. "My boy," his grandfather said softly, "your time is up." Jake froze. His heart sank into his stomach. His eyes filled with tears of regret. "Grandpa, please," he begged. "Just one more hour, just a little more time. I'll do it right now, I promise." But the old man simply shook his head. "No, Jake. I gave you an entire day. You had every single chance to change your life. But you wasted it, all because you kept thinking you had more time than you did." Jake hung his head in shame, the weight of his mistake crushing him. His grandfather put a hand on his shoulder. "Listen to me carefully," he said. "That stone was never magical. It was just a regular stone. The real magic, Jake, is in your action. You could have turned iron into gold, not with a stone, but with your effort, with your time, and with your discipline. Lazy people lose golden opportunities every single day, and then they turn around and blame it on bad luck. Remember this, my boy. Those who don't respect time will lose everything it has to offer." Jake stood there in silence, the words echoing in his mind. For the first time in his life, he truly understood what his laziness had cost him. It wasn't just about the gold. It was about his potential, his future, the person he could have become. That night, something inside him shifted. He made a solemn promise to himself. "I will never, ever say, 'I'll do it tomorrow' again." And from that day forward, Jake was a changed person. He started small. He began by simply finishing his homework on time. Then he started helping his parents around the house without being asked. He started waking up early, ready to face the day. Slowly but surely, he transformed into one of the most hard-working and respected young men in the village. His grandfather's lesson had worked its magic, not through punishment, but through a powerful, life-changing realization. This story isn't just about Jake, it's about all of us. Every day we are given a magical stone, our time, our energy, our skills. And every day we have the choice to use it or to let it slip through our fingers. The iron is our goals, our dreams, our responsibilities. By applying our effort, we can turn them into the gold of achievement and success. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for tomorrow. The real magic happens when you decide to act now. What is the one thing you've been putting off? Let me know in the comments below. Let's hold each other accountable and turn our iron into gold, starting today. Thanks so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content to help you live your best life. We'll see you in the next one.